and welcome to this review of the movie Watchmen. As always, I am your host, Captain Jack Hammer, and I thank you for joining me. Watchmen is the long-awaited film adaptation of Alan Moore's classic graphic novel of the same name. It's directed by Zack Snyder, who directed the 2004 remake of Dawn of the Dead, and most recently directed the thrilling and entertaining 300. In the movie, costume heroes have been illegal for years. Most of those who came to fame in the 40s or 50s have hung up their capes and their tights and their masks and have slipped back into normal life. But now in their 60s, somebody is killing them off. We see the sadistic thug, the comedian, played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan, give as good as he gets, but he still dies a violent death anyways. And in a very Dark Knight growlish voice, we hear the masked Rorschach, played by Jackie Earle Haley, narrate his investigation into the crime, at one point stating, "One of us has died tonight. Somebody knows why. Somebody knows." In this alternate 1985, Vietnam was a win, Richard Nixon never left office, and he and Henry Kissinger are into their second decade of power, with World War III still just an eye blink away. So, what's America's secret weapon? Dr. Manhattan, played by Billy Crudup, a nude, blue, nearly omnipotent hero god who once was human, but who is losing his connection to humanity. And when his girlfriend, the former Silk Spectre, played by Malin Ackerman, ditches him, he exiles himself to Mars. So the world war that has been avoided may happen after all, and the Watchmen won't be around to prevent it. Dr. Manhattan prophesizes it always has been, and it always will be. So, who's behind all this? The twisted and ruthless Rorschach teams up with his old friend, the brainy and less violent Night Owl, played by Patrick Wilson, to bust heads, arms, and legs to get to the bottom of the killings, no matter that the world's coming to an end. Another masked superhero is enlisted to help. The world's smartest man, Ozymandias, played by Matthew Goode, is enlisted, but he's in deep with Dr. Manhattan's plan to solve the world's energy problems in one fell swoop. Zack Snyder fills the screen with eye candy. But the violence of the comic book is there too. Brutal murders, dismemberments, and attempted rape, and the only thing more graphic than the sex in the movie is the violence. What Snyder and his team add to this mid-80s comic is a pop culture mashup sensibility. Bad impersonations are abound in this movie, from the heavily made-up Nixon to a feeble Ted Koppel and Lee Iacocca, but I felt that this was part of the movie's charm. I thought the soundtrack to this movie was fantastic. There's this one song where 99 Luft balloons crashes into all along the watchtower, and the entire score matches up perfectly with whatever was going on the screen. If there's any drawback to this movie, it's that not all the actors were given enough screen time to shine. Haley is a ferocious presence, Ackerman is comic book sex incarnate, and Wilson does a nice Clark Kent turn as the reason over the violence hero. Moore, who also went on to write V for Vendetta, gives us an almost literal adaptation of the graphic novel. The story is biblical, political, psychological, and epic. And unlike some of these other superhero movies that have been made over the last few years, it's not at all whimsical. It's dirty, gritty, and in your face. Myself, I never read the graphic novel, but after seeing the movie, I'm sure to pick it up. For anyone who's a superhero fan or a fan of alternate history stories, this movie is perfect. And for others, the story will draw you in and captivate you through the whole movie. Watchmen gets a 10 out of 10, and I highly recommend seeing this movie. Thanks for watching. I'm Captain Jack Hammer, and I will see you next time.